Let's bring in Chris Stirewalt now, NewsNation political editor, to talk more about this. Chris, good morning to you. We'll talk about Fetterman and his health in just a moment, but let's start in Georgia because we've got this debate coming up on Friday between Walker and Raphael Warnock. How much of an issue will this abortion and these allegations be for Herschel Walker?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you want to talk about a high-stakes debate. For Herschel Walker, this only compounds. It's a multiplier for a pre-existing problem, which is they basically had to take him out of circulation earlier in the campaign because his campaign statements were incomprehensible, right? He had gaffe after gaffe after gaffe, and so they basically put him in the basement with Joe Biden. And then after that, you have this. And this is a tough one to answer on stage, right? When the bright lights are on and your opponent is right there and you're facing tough questions from our Next Star colleagues, that's hard. When you have to talk about why your own son says that you were a terrible father, an abusive father, these multiple allegations from different women, and all of that, that is a really hard thing to do on the spot for somebody who has already demonstrated he has a hard time answering questions in the public eye.
How do you expect Raphael Warnock to handle that on the debate stage?
Well, for Warnock, it's an interesting position, of course, because he is a pro-choice Democrat, but he is also the lead pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church. So he can't swing hard, right? He has to show compassion. He has to come in sorrow, not in anger. And he can't seem to be trying to score points on what is basically a very tragic family situation. So for Warnock, a light touch will be necessary here. And really, he has to just let Walker do his own work for him and hope that Walker really fumbles, if you'll pardon me, on the question.
Right. And we're looking at the poll numbers, Chris, on the screen, just within 2 or so percentage points in the most recent polling. Does that surprise you how close this race is now in this important week of debate?
So the Republican Party in Georgia is still stung by what happened in 2020 and 2021 when basically they turned over the Senate to Democrats because of Donald Trump's Stop the Steal claims and all of that razzmatazz down there. And it is Republicans blame Georgia and Georgia Republicans blame themselves for the loss of those 2 seats. They're determined not to do it again. Steve Bannon said, Donald Trump's former top campaign advisor, said that if you put Herschel Walker on a lie detector, that he wouldn't be able to tell you how many kids he had. But that doesn't matter, because what's important here is that the Republicans take control of the United States Senate. And that's the kind of attitude that could take Herschel Walker through this, even over the disgust of a lot of voters who will pull the lever for a straight Republican ticket anyway. So that's really the hope, is that partisanship here will trump voter concerns.
Yeah, a lot of eyeballs on Friday night in this debate for both candidates. Couldn't come at a more important time. Hey, Chris, I want to get your thoughts on the Pennsylvania Senate race and some of the concerns about John Fetterman following his stroke, being able to conduct interviews, being able to debate on the stage, and I think even furthermore, being able to handle that job.
Yeah, and you know, if the point of the Senate is to be a deliberative body, right? If the point of those folks back there is that they can talk with each other and they can reason with each other to come up with solutions, not being able to communicate is a reasonable concern for voters. On the other hand, for Mehmet Oz, who has struggled in this campaign, for him to appear to be trying to take advantage of another person's disability, this would be a very bad scene. So much like Warnock's situation in Georgia, Oz has to tread lightly, and he has to hope, basically, that when voters look at the way that Fetterman communicates and the way that he uses the teleprompter during the debate and all of that stuff, that they're not comfortable with it, and it causes a consequence for him, because otherwise this race looks like it's slipping away from the Republicans.
Wow. Grace and compassion called for on the debate stage. In politics, I don't know if we've ever seen that happen, but we'll see if it happens. Again, they will debate here on NewsNation as well. All right, Chris, great to see you this morning. Thank you. NewsNation is the exclusive network home of the Georgia Senate debate. That's this Friday, October 14th, 6 p.m. Eastern for Debate Night in America. Leland Vittert will host from Savannah. Afterward, Chris Cuomo has live analysis and reaction. And a reminder, only on NewsNation is where you'll see that.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.